more Space Engineers, and today I had to do a little bit of mining. Just a little bit. We ran out of cobalt. Well, we also ran out of gold, but, you know, I already went and got that. Oh, might need to adjust the time. Alright, so let's talk about what we're doing today, because we have a little bit going on. So there's a couple of things I wanted to address on the new ship. I'm going to turn that off. And one of those things is a dangerous lack of power. So let's do that really quick.
Ship fuel low.
Yes, it's fine. All right. Okay, so let's turn those off for a second. And let's talk about the new ship. Alright, so, well, it's kind of raining, so you can't really see, but I had to basically turn off everything by turning the batteries to recharge, because we were starting to run a little bit low on power. I think we're down to maybe 7 hours or so, and I'll show you why here in a second. Basically, turn this on. I've been doing a little bit of weld ups. We have now welded in the last couple of these. I don't know if they were just damaged. I think they were damaged when we did the rough landing. Thankfully, they had a couple of steel plates in them, so they weren't completely destroyed. But yeah, we needed to get all of those repaired. And then while I was doing all of this, I realized I still hadn't put the assemblers in. So we now have assemblers back here. Well, in doing that, it broke some of the lines that we were using to feed the thruster systems here. So then I had to come through and put in some T-sections, but then I remembered that I already had T-sections in here feeding the blocks, so yeah. So what I did is I went ahead and just mirrored this on both sides just to make it look good. And I'm actually thinking about removing the rest of these and putting T's in for those. That way, if we have a situation where, say, this thruster gets destroyed, the two thrusters up front are still able to get fuel. Right now, they're actually not doing that. And so what I'm thinking is putting a T section in here, which will feed this way, which will basically keep it so that if we lose a couple of things in the line, we should still have some redundancy. Obviously, if we lose this corner, everything up front we're going to lose anyway, but you know, that's okay. At least in theory. Oh, but since we did that, I went ahead and put in a speed module for the two assemblers, and that is bridging them, which I may actually take that out and put one on either side, like so there's actually one dedicated to each. And up here, we have one bridging as well. And we did this because the reactor actually occupies this cube. And it's like that on both sides. So I can only get one in here. And I think it ends up actually working out a little bit better. Because it kind of looks like, you know, just a module stuck back in here that's doing something, which it is. But, you know, I think it was a nice little hidden detail. Alright, so let's talk about everything else now. I'm kind of on the fence about this one. I'm looking at it going, I could put one here and another one here. It would increase my efficiency. And so you know that this does count as having one module on there because it's one from the top, one from the bottom are occupied. So I could get 2.5 or 1. Or I should say 1.5 or 1. The efficiency versus power, I don't know. I'm still on the fence about it. Alright, so let's talk about power now. So we do have the two reactors on board. I have not put uranium into the grid yet. But what I'm thinking is maybe have a system where we will have, say, I don't know, off of this area, we'll put in a T-pipe like this one. So we would have a T drop down and have that feed into a line of engines. So what I'm thinking here is we do something like an engine here, engine there, and then I think that'll get us enough room to put one more engine in. I'm not sure. Or we can run it from that way back. So the idea is I'm trying to get things bulked up a little bit and get a little bit more detailing in on this side and have everything that I'm putting in actually make sense. So if I do that, that could work actually. Alright, so if I take that out, this isn't going to all fall off, right? Okay. So let's go ahead and take that out. We're going to just grab that, because then we can figure out what makes sense. So if we do that, and I'm thinking, let's go something like that, maybe? Alright. And then that allows us to have, let's see here. It's going to be on that end. So if we do that to there, got stuck in the ground again. Alright, so if we do that, we can get one more here. And yes, that will actually allow us to fit a bunch of these in here. Okay. And we'll have a bit of a pipe here. So for this one, we can actually do something like this. And then you will go there, and you will go there. Alright, so that gets us a little bit more piping in here, and I may end up putting a pipe in on here just to make it look like it's feeding that. It's not actually doing anything. And piped in is here to here, pipes over, yeah. That should work. Now, I'm not sold on doing the layout this way, because I would be repeating this on both sides. Let's see if I can find a way. Can I scoot through there? Yeah, almost. There we go. All right. So I would be repeating this on both sides, and so I actually have thought about rotating these so that only the pipes hang down. Because one of the things that I had thought about doing was actually having a run of pipes come down this way. And then we would end up with the engines. Can I get back in there now? Or do I might have to cut my way in? I might have to cut my way in. There we go. So there would be a second line of piping going this way and up. And then we would have the engine sitting on top of it. So I'm not really sure which way I want to go with it. And I mean, realistically, I could put a T section in here and run this down so that the pipes actually drop down. That might be something. What would that look like? Alright, so let's take all this out for a second. And what we're going to do is have a T section. Goes like so. Alright, and which side is the connector? So it's going to be that to there. That. Oh. Alright, so now we would need there. Alright, so this would be there to there. So okay, so we need a T here, and then this would run effectively, all right, so this would be, oh. No, I want this to be a T there. And then that's going to be like so, like so. And you then come back that way to that way. All right, and then that gives us another line of piping. And we can have this down here. All right, so if we go with that, or we go with, I know it would have been faster to go the other way. If we go this way with it, which goes down, and so we go like something like that. Actually, no. I would want this to be a T section. And then that goes there. That goes there, which means we need another T section there. To there. But then we end up in a position where we have less of them available, but we can, let's see here, if we go like so. So we could do something like that. I'm not sure if I like that or not, though. I mean, it ends up making a little bit more visual sense because you have two lines of pipes running. And we could actually put a T section in here. I don't know, could we get away with the, what would be our choices there? We'd have to put a pipe junction in on that one, which actually would allow us to expand out further in the future. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm not going to weld these sections up yet. I'll let you guys decide. So put it down in the comment section. Do you like it with the engines down or the engines up? See, a little bit of homework for you. And I mean, there's also the option that we could double this up where the engines actually are, there's a second row of engines on top and the whole thing's piped in like that. So that is an option as well. But yeah, let me know what you think. Engines up, down, or both. If you tell me both, I'm going to put engines on the bottom and the top of that run. So anyway, okay, so that gets our extended power issues mostly resolved. Now back here, I'm thinking we may end up doing a little bit of sculpting as far as the armor blocks are concerned. So what I was thinking was maybe doing something like this to close that area off. That allows us to then... I'm not liking that. I'm thinking I want this to be a little bit more open. So I may go something like that. And then that opens us up to being able to put lights back here for detail work. And then we'll figure out something for detailing to close most of this in as well. Do I have anything in my build menu? No, I don't. Okay, so we need to get those welded up first. Let's go grab some components. Alright. And we're going to get that over. We're going to go in here. We're going to say plates. We're going to drop all of the scrap from all the stuff that we've been picking up. There we go. And then that allows us to get, oh, come on, this welded up. And that welded up. There we go. Awesome. Right, and that's going to be red because, well, we've got everything turned off right now because the batteries are charging. Ow. Alright. See how dark it gets down here when you're under the ship. Look at that. Okay, I want to check batteries. You've got no input. Alright, so let's go. We'll just go simple with this one. And we're going to do auto. Alright, it gets us up to 22 hours worth of stuff. And that's with pretty much everything turned off except the absolute minimums. So the ship's a little power hungry. I mean, I've got all of the lighting in here turned off, so. You know what I think I'm going to do? Let's go ahead and do. There we go. And 22 hours. Okay, so the lights aren't going to do too much to our battery power. But what will do some damage to our battery power are these guys. I've been making parts for these. I've got this one mostly welded up. And that one mostly welded up. So we're going to go ahead and add those in. Actually, can I? There you go. What are you missing? You're only missing one gravity component. So we're going to go grab the parts, get these welded up. And I should be able to bring those online. They are turned off. I've already turned them off in the UI so that they shouldn't kill our power. We'll see how that actually works though. Because these are really the last component I want to have online before we take off. Everything else is basically just getting our thrusters up. So, yeah. What I'm hoping to do then is by Wednesday have enough of the ship welded up that we can actually get off this rock. The problem that we're going to run into is that if we do too much more as far as components are concerned, I have a fear that the ship won't be able to get up under its own power again. We'll see how that goes. Oh yeah, before I forget, we want, because I have the O2 generators turned off. I transported, oh, actually, are you guys still burning? Yeah, okay. So I've been filling the O2 generators. I turn them off, fill them up with ice, turn them back on. Alright, just to try and get some more hydrogen in the tank. Yeah, I forgot I was going. Let's go over here. All to be able to get this thing powered up, which is one of the reasons why I was looking at doing hydrogen engines, because we have really large hydrogen tanks. Once we're out of an atmosphere, we'll be able to use pretty much just the ion drives, the ion thrusters. So having power shouldn't be a huge issue once everything is up and running. It's just getting it all up and running. And that's where we are right now. So let's go ahead and get this last little bit welded up. I want to get at least one of these welded up so you can see it. Oh, so close. We're so close. This one should do it. This should be the one that gets us most of the way there, alright? Super components. I'm wondering if I'm out of gold again. It may still be processing the gold. Okay, so that's up. Come on. Let's go see. Aha. So yes, it's just it's just the superconductors that we need now. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this last one in. And I just need to run 3 more times, I think it is. So I have to say, this is one of those cases where I wish we had a system like Empyrean, where you have a tool that allows you to rotate the blocks without removing them. Alright. One of the aspects of that game that I actually like. To be fair, I do actually like both games. I just prefer this one. Mainly because of the building system. I know. Alright. You know what? I don't know if I... There we go. We only need, what, 600 more? 700 more? Something like that. How many of these can we pick up? Actually, I've got a fairly full inventory. Let's drop all that for now. Aha! See? That's all we had to do was drop, you know, a third of our inventory. And those are up and running. Okay. I still don't have a light back here. I need to put a light in somewhere. Maybe there? I might be able to put a light in on either side. I mean, I guess I could actually put them here again. Alright, so let's drop these out for now. I'm gonna grab that construction component, which is fine. Okay. Let's go grab some construction components really quick. And I still haven't decided where I want to have a basically a pedestrian entrance into the ship. We're still deciding on that. Let's see here. I'm kind of wanting it in the hangar area, but I'm not sure how I want to set it up. There's a couple of different ways we could do it. I mean, I could put the elevator mod in. I haven't used that in years, but not sure that that'll give us what we want. Maybe a ramp. I could actually build a ramp. That might be a better way to go. Actually, I think I have the ramp mod installed. Let's go here. Okay, so I think that's a hub. Yeah, so let's make sure of this first. That's hab. Okay. And these will be the hab lights. Wow, those are rather bright. Okay. We want these. We're going to drop these down a little bit. Let's go 7.5. It's usually a good one because we're going to bring the radius of those up. We're going to drop the intensity a bit. And I think with the color, let's go 225, 225, and then 180. Yeah. It's that dirty gray style light. Alright, that gets us that. And then I'm thinking... Is there anywhere that I can go? I guess we could do that. So if we do that, add all of those in, and we're going to actually do a subgroup on these, and we're going to call these night lights. And for that, I want those to be a radius of, let's go 5. And then up that. Cut that, and let's go 200, 200, and let's go 125. Yeah, those will work. That should be a good color for it. We'll see. Yeah, I like that one. All right. All right. I kind of like the way that came out. Okay. So let's see. What are we looking at? We've got 6 hours of power because we've turned those O2 generators on, so we have to worry about all of that running. We've got a little bit of greebling in here. I think it works for what we have. I may change the textures on some of the blocks. I haven't decided yet. Because I believe for the most part there is a outer layer of armor, so we should be able to change these without too much of an impact. That one might impact something outside, but let's find out. Let's see here. This could be interesting. And I want to go with try, that's kind of a leatherish color. I think I want... Let's try something like that. Man, those are some giant ass nails. Look at those. Wow. And yeah, I'll paint the other stuff back, don't worry. Alright. Okay, I'm kind of curious to see how much of this shows up outside. Let's go take a look. Alright. Does any of this show up outside? No. Awesome. Okay, so yes, we did actually do our armor appropriately. You can kind of see it through there, but that's okay. What I may do instead is go with something... I mean, I like the concept of it, but the nails are just too huge. Alright. Oh, okay, let's go... Alright, let's try this instead. I'm thinking... Yeah, I'm thinking that's probably a bit better. And yes, I know I can use the paint gun. There we go. And I like the fact that it gives it a bit of an edge here. But... I don't know. I may go just clean armor in here. I haven't decided yet. Let's go. Because if we do clean armor... Anyway, I think that will do it for us today. I want to thank you all for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun hanging out with you as always. You know, if we didn't enjoy it, we wouldn't do it, right? Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Enjoy the rest of the week, and we will see you back here next time for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody.